The Bitcoin price is breaking out, currently back above 19,000. Could this potentially be the preliminary action before a rip towards 30,000? Let's dive in and analyze. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Crypto Kirby here, your cryptocurrency expert, back with another edition of the daily live stream. Let's begin right here on the 4-hour time frame for Bitcoin. But of course, my friends, if you haven't already, please leave a thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm. It really helps the channel, so thank you for that. And if you are brand new, well, welcome to the most realistic Bitcoin technical analysis channel you are ever going to find. Hit that subscribe button, tick the little bell, select all, and let's get this crypto. Welcome to the channel. Now, what I want you to observe first and foremost is this very unique channel that Bitcoin has been respecting all the way back since October of 2020. Notice we had our resistance built here first, which then turned into support. Not once, not twice, but thrice, my friends. On our most recent rejection and correction, the Bitcoin price did in fact find support along this line once again. Let's get this crypto. If you are subscribed here, you would know that the Don was pointing this line out for you all. I said, listen, if the Bitcoin price does dump down to this region and hold as support, the bulls may still very well be in control of this macro trend. But if we did in fact lose this line, well, we did have a series here where we did have higher high, higher high, higher high, apex, right? Climax of the trend, lower high, lower high, lower high. We could have been witnessing an extreme bearish rollover that, if complemented by a loss of this trend support line, my friends, we could have been due for a decline deep down into the crypto abyss. But right now, things are looking better. Right now, from a bullish perspective, I am certainly liking what I'm seeing. Now, just before we continue, I'm sure that we have the peanut gallery of degenerate moon boys all saying, oh, Kirby, but I thought you said you was short, Kirbinaccio. Get wrecked, Kirby, get wrecked. Well, little James, the Don did take a short right up in this area, right? And what do you think the Don did, ladies and gentlemen? You think that the Don is just indefinitely holding a short for all of time, all of space, and all of time? My friend, right now, the Don did in fact close out his short position. You could see that was the original short position that I'm mentioning. Took it at 18,836 before the plunge into the crypto abyss. The Don did in fact close that position out in profit. Right now, I am no longer short. I took profit on my trade and I'm ready to get this crypto. So right now, this is a fresh slate, my friends. The Don right now is observing the action and looking to aggressively reposition myself when I do in fact see that the time is right. Of course, I will be keeping you all personally and exclusively updated with my positions in VIP. I will see you in VIP right now after this video. Let's get this crypto, but let's move along here. Now, in terms of where we are at now, notice this top line here, right, where Bitcoin is trading right under right now at the time of recording. Just like this bottom line here that Bitcoin bounced off of was so important, notice this line up here, resistance, resistance, relative support, resistance, support, support, support. My friends, this line right now, look at where Bitcoin just got rejected at. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. We just got rejected at that trend line right now. Sure, inherently, getting rejected at a trend line isn't a bullish thing, but my friends, here's what could possibly be very bullish. Bitcoin broke above this horizontal line of confluence, right? That was the resistance level, right? And look, even upon our first backtest, right? It was support, 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 dumped below, backtest, rejection, okay? Second test back up, we broke through it. Very, very nice and inherently bullish. So now, if Bitcoin is able to maintain support above this range, chalk it up to about 18,800 down to about 18,500. If Bitcoin can maintain support above this range and continue to consolidate sideways here, well, my friends, what does this look like it could possibly be creating? Ding, ding, ding. Chicken wings for dinner. Tofu if you're vegan. This looks to the Don like it could possibly be creating a bull flag to the upside. Okay, a possible flagpole up, a sideways bullish consolidation, and then a break above this resistance trend line could possibly and very well lead to a break to a new all-time high. Because above that range, my friends, what are we really talking about here? There's not much. We basically at that point just have a psychological resistance level around 20,000. And if that does in fact get broken, we could be off to the races. We could see that moonshot, that average Joe, and James at the water cooler have been waiting what seems like a millennia for, ladies and gentlemen. And you know right now, when we do get this type of emotional exuberance inside this market, the Don is salivating, preparing to strike like a cobra out of the grass and get this crypto when the opportunity does in fact arise. So right now, my friends, what I want to do is move over to the indicator portion of this stream. Let's look at some very important indicators here. What are we seeing? Let's get this crypto. My friends, before we do in fact get into the indicators though, if you could just hit that thumbs up button if you haven't already, it really helps the channel. Thank you so much. And if you didn't realize in the beginning, you probably realize now, this is the most realistic Bitcoin technical analysis channel you are ever going to find. So hit that subscribe button, tick the little bell, select all, and let's get this crypto. Welcome to the channel. Okay, my friends? So here we are on the 1-day time frame, and we'll begin with the ADX. Now, this is the DMI indicator. It's basically 3 indicators combined into one. The red line is the ADX, the blue line is the positive directional movement, and the orange line is the negative directional movement. All right. So I've been pointing this out here on this stream if you are subscribed. The ADX flatlining and then plunging, that is very symbolic of a change in the momentum of the trend. Very concerning after seeing a rejection near 20,000. Seeing a lot of loss in the absolute parabolic momentum of the trend, this was getting the Don worried. And I pointed out on the last stream, I said, listen, folks, if we do see this negative line, the orange line, cross above the blue, the past several times that we've seen this, it has led to some absolutely catastrophic debacles for the Bitcoin price. Now, my friends, we got in a little itty-bitty fake out. Can you even call that a cross? I don't know. You tell me. But it was very short-lived, okay? And after Bitcoin did get that buy pressure at the very specific trend line that the Don has been pointing out for you on this stream, my friends, it appears right now that the blue positive momentum line, the positive directional movement line, is back up on the uptick. Of course, this is subject to change at any time, but we were looking like we were due for a possible bearish cross, right? Right now, it appears that the bulls may have certainly taken back control on this DMI positive indicator. My friends, if we do see this cross back up, and do you want to call this a cross? I mean, technically, right, it is there. It all depends on how you want to look at it. But, you know, we have seen some very bullish things happen in the past when we do get a positive bullish momentum cross. Let's get this crypto. Just pointing that out for you there, my friends, as right now, things certainly seem to have changed since the last time I streamed, only about 1 day ago. Let's get this crypto. Now, let's move over here to the DPO. Okay, this is the detrended price oscillator. Now, this is also a indicator that I like to look at for potential market cycle tops and bottoms. Here's the example. I sound like a broken record if you're subscribed here, but just for the newcomers, notice these 3 swing highs, right? They were all very different in terms of where the price was at, right? All relatively topped out in the same area on the DPO. Okay, so that's basically what the detrended price oscillator is looking for. Similarities in market cycle structure. Now, notice our last market cycle high at about 14,000 and where that topped out on the DPO, okay? Current day had our massive, massive run up towards 20,000. Where was it, ladies and gentlemen? Right in the relative same area on the DPO. We did see a plunge drop down out of that range. Right now, this is a very, very interesting predicament. And why, you may ask? Well, quite frankly, we're very close right now, in my opinion at least, to this green box, okay, which has resulted in some very historic market cycle bottoms for the Bitcoin price. Even the $3,000 bottom was called by this, okay? This relative bottom range called by this, the drop from 14K on the blow off top, called by this, you see what I'm saying, right? Even, my friends, look at the top of the line here. Our last dump, okay, before we rocket shipped up on our parabolic move, kissed the top of the trend line of this relative range of support. Let's get this crypto. This range, so important here on the DPO, okay? And right now, this indicator in particular has made some serious progression down towards that level. Now, I was expecting that if we were going to see a drop to this level, that Bitcoin may be somewhere down in the 13,000s, 14,000s, potentially even in the 12,000s, right? By the time we got to that range, and that was going to look like a healthy spot. Well, hey, maybe we did get a overly exuberant parabolic rise towards 20,000, a swift and utter pop back down into the low teens, right? And then maybe we see the DPO bottom out there and look for a bounce back up. But my friends, right now, Bitcoin is still currently at the time of recording above 19,000, and it appears that we're more already than half the way down to this green box. Well, what happens here if Bitcoin is still relatively up towards 20,000 and we do see the DPO go into this green box? Very, very interesting predicament here, folks. Very, very interesting. Let me know your thoughts on that with a comment. If the Bitcoin price is still up at, say, 17, 18, 19, 20,000, and we see the DPO go into this green box, which has signaled some of the most significant bottoms in Bitcoin history, and we see the DPO drop into that range up at 17, 18, 19, 20,000, where are we going from there? Let me know what you think with a comment down below. Let's get this crypto. Okay, my friends, very, very interesting here. Very, very interesting indeed. You know that right now the Don is looking to strike here like a cobra out of the grass and get this crypto. Overly exuberant price action can lead to some potentially life-changing trading opportunity. As I did tell you guys, I was short, right? Took a short. It looked like a good play to me. It dropped. It bounced back up, and I wound up closing my trade for a profit, right? Nothing incredible, but a profit nonetheless. Right now, I'm in between, and I'm looking to potentially crush this next move like a 2-ton man on a tuna fish can. I've got one more indicator to show you. I'm just telling you right now, my friends, that if you aren't already in my VIP, today is truly the day to become a VIP. It's finally time to transform yourself from average Joe into savage Joe. Let's get this crypto. Right now, if you do want to see all of my personal trade setup ideas, entry ideas, exit ideas, potential take profit ideas, just like this one, right, where I opened a short before that heinous plunge down into the $17,000 range, right? If you want to see alerts just like that in real time from the Don, well, my friends, I will see you in VIP right now after this video. Today is the day. It's time to transform yourself from average Joe into savage Joe. Let's get this crypto. I'll see you in VIP right now after this video. But let's go to one more indicator here, okay? This is on the weekly time frame, and this is something that still keeps me a little bit worried about what could potentially happen up here around 20,000. Okay, and we need to discuss this first, right? Well, we'll start with the indicator, okay? So the Bollinger Bands on the weekly time frame, right? Notice what happened here. Let's go back in time, right? We'll go in the time machine, ladies and gentlemen. We'll go back all the way into the early stages of the bull run back in 2016, right? Late 2015 to early 2016, okay? The Bitcoin bear market finally concluded, and we started with our first rip. Notice what happened here on the weekly time frame. Ripped way above the upper line of the Bollinger Band, okay? Only to drop back down towards the median blue line, okay? Right here again, up over the top to the median blue line. Then we get our next run, okay? Let's get this real nice to look at, okay? Next run, exceeded the band, correction to the middle blue line. Next run, exceeded the band, correction to the blue line. Exceed the band, correction to the blue line. Then we had our absolute and utter blow off top, okay? Exceeded the band, correction down below the blue line, okay? And that ended everything, my friends. Then if we fast forward in time here, okay, This potentially could be the beginning of a new real bull market, just like we saw back in the early stages of 2016. Well, what have we done thus far? Top of the Bollinger Band, correction to the blue line. Okay, right now we are at the top of the band, exceeding the band. And if this rounds back to what I was just saying about a minute ago, if we do wind up seeing a break above 20,000, right, with all of the aforementioned breaks of resistance, potential bull flag, things like that I pointed out earlier in the stream, well, my friends, it could look very similar to what we saw back there in 2017, where we exceed the band with a blow off top, right? And if this is going to look like anything that we've seen thus far, which was our test to the band, break of the band, a correction to the blue line, right? Or anything like what we saw back in 2016 and 2017 with this run here, right? Above the line to the median line, correction, above the line to the median line, correction, above the line to the median line, correction. You know, it doesn't have to play out like that. Past performance certainly is not indicative of future results, but in the past, traders have speculated overly exuberantly when we've broken above this line on the weekly time frame, and then the bears have come in and corrected this thing down to the blue line time and time and time again. Could it possibly happen this time? I don't want to rule it out of the equation. And if we are to break above this right now, I think it would look eerily similar to what we saw back in 2017. Let's get this crypto. My friends, leave me a comment with what you think of that. Do you see a similarity here in terms of the Bollinger Band? What do you think will happen if we exceed the Bollinger Band and break above 20,000? Let me know in the comments, okay? So, you know, in terms of the $30,000 target, my friends, right now, you know, if anybody is really giving you targets per se above 20,000, well, they should, at least in theory, be more based off fundamentals than technicals, because once you go to the technical level, right, I mean, there's no prior data above there, right? So it's kind of a moot point when you start talking about targets above 20,000, right? But there is one thing that I like to look at here, okay? There is one thing. And that, my friends, is the Fibonacci extension target from our prior top at about 14,000 down to our $3,800 low, roughly. It, my friends, is the 1.618 Fibonacci extension target on the logarithmic scale, okay? That's basically all I have from a technical perspective, okay? This high to this low on the logarithmic scale gives us a 1.618 golden Fibonacci extension target up at about 30,000. Now, you know, that doesn't have to play out like anything, right? And if we don't look at the logarithmic scale and we look at the regular scale, well, hey, the 1.618 was at 20,000. I mean, we are essentially at that right here, right now. I mean, could this potentially be the top? Could we potentially get a little run up above 20,000 and then see a heinous correction? I think it's possible, okay? There are a ton of possibilities here, okay? And I'm sure at this point, unfortunately, there are probably many newcomers to this market that have never studied technical analysis before, never watched a video on technical analysis before, that are probably very frustrated with what I'm saying right now, thinking, oh, Kirby, so you're saying it can go up or it can go down? Technical analysis is not about trying to predict the future. Technical analysis is about looking at the chart of confirmations, breaks of trend lines, confluences and indicators, things to give yourself a perceived edge over the market to potentially crush it and get this crypto, right? To see that, hey, this looked bullish, that break of a trend line. These indicators look bullish, right? And if I go into a trade here with a stop loss here, well, for me, with my personal trading strategy, this looks like a high reward, low risk trade setup that I'm risking way less than what I could potentially win, right? That's how trading works, my friends. There are no fortune tellers that can tell you on this date, the price will be here. If you go long here, you will make money. If you go short here, you will make money. That's not how this works. Trading, investing is a very high risk game. The best that we can do is look for what we perceive to give ourselves an edge over the market to potentially crush it and get this crypto. So if you are new to technical analysis, well, I hope that you enjoyed this here today. If you've been following for a long time, well, salute to you, my friends, because this has been one heck of a ride here. One heck of a ride indeed. So, my friends, on this note right now, where the Don stands currently, I told you I'm in between positions. I did take a short here. I did exit for a small profit. Right now, what I'm looking to do is get in a new position. I'm awaiting for certain confirmations to break in the trend to give the Don what I perceive to be, for my personal strategy, a high reward, low risk trade setup to potentially crush it and get this crypto. My friends, I will be keeping you updated exclusively in real time with all of my personal trade setup ideas, entry ideas, exit ideas, and potential take profit ideas. Just looking just like this alert that you saw here that I posted prior before that last breakdown into the abyss for Bitcoin, right? They look pretty much just like that. If you are awaiting to join VIP because you want to see all of this exclusive content from me, well, my friends, today is truly the day. It's time to transform yourself from average Joe into savage Joe. Let's get this crypto. Right now, Bitcoin is on the brink of what could be an absolutely explosive, either rip to the upside or a heinous, dark correction into the abyss. My friends, this may be a historic moment here for Bitcoin. So just don't get caught like a deer in the headlights, okay? Don't take that trip to Rec City with Average Joe and James at the water cooler. You're better than that. You deserve better than that, okay? Today is the day. It's time to transform yourself from Average Joe into Savage Joe. Let's get this crypto. My friends, on that note, I will see you in VIP right now after this video. Let's get this crypto. And one last time, for the YouTube algorithm, if you could, smash that thumbs up button and click the subscribe, tick the little bell and select all. Welcome to the most realistic Bitcoin technical analysis channel you are ever going to find. Leave me a comment down below with what you think of this. Are we headed towards 30,000? Or are we headed possibly for a correction here because we have too many newcomers coming into the market and FOMOing in? Let me know what you think. Right now, I really could care less if we rocket to 30,000 or dump down to 12,000. The Don right now is looking for a trade setup that I perceive to be potentially high reward and low risk for myself to potentially crush this market and get this crypto. And like I've stated, if you want to see all of my exclusive personal trade setup ideas in real time, my friends, I will be posting that for you exclusively in VIP. I will see you in VIP right now after this video. Let's get this crypto. And until next time, my friends, the Don has spoken. Be safe, be happy, be healthy. It's your boy, Crypto Kirby. Peace and love, my friends. Curbs.
The material in this video has no regard to the specific investment objectives, financial situation, or particular needs of any viewer. This video is presented solely for informational and entertainment purposes and is not to be construed as a recommendation, solicitation, or an offer to buy or sell any securities, commodities, cryptocurrencies, or any related financial instruments, nor should any of its content be taken as investment advice. Crypto Kirby is not a financial advisor. The views expressed in this video are completely speculative opinions and do not guarantee any specific result or profit. Trading and investing is extremely high risk and can result in the loss of all of your capital. Any opinions expressed in this video are subject to change without notice. Crypto Kirby is not under any obligation to update or keep current the information contained herein. Crypto Kirby may have an interest in the securities, commodities, cryptocurrencies, and or derivatives of any entities referred to in this material. Crypto Kirby accepts no liability whatsoever for any loss or damage of any kind arising out of the use of all or any part of this material. Crypto Kirby recommends that you consult with a licensed and qualified professional before making any investment or trading decisions. Thank you for watching and have a great day.